Thank you for visiting ChristopherMedia.net.
Ever wish you could make your Monday go a little bit smoother? Here's a pro tip. You can order online to dodge the line and kick off your week with free coffee Mondays. Every Monday in September and October, Dunkin' Rewards members can get a free medium hot or iced coffee with any purchase. And you get to earn points to spend on even more free Dunkin'. Not a member? Join Dunkin' Rewards on the app and get even more Dunkin' deals. Nothing beats Dunkin' Rewards. The New York Jets and the New York Giants run on Dunkin'. Limit 1 per member per Monday. Additional terms may apply. Exclusions may apply. Participation may vary. Limited time offer.
Starting in March 2024, the traditional paper and pencil SAT will be completely switching to a brand new, fully digital SAT. But there's no need to worry. Whether you're a senior taking the pencil and paper test this year or a junior waiting to take the new digital SAT next year, the Princeton Review has a course for you. No matter the test, score a 1400 and above and add 150 points to your score guaranteed or your money back. Get $400 off now using the code SAT1400 at PrincetonReview.com.
Do you feel way better when you're drinking less, but not ready to burn your party girl card and go full homebody? Try downloading Sunnyside, the self-improvement app for mindful drinking. By making small changes, you can sleep better, feel better, and have more energy. Join a community of mindful drinkers. Take a 3-minute quiz to see if Sunnyside is right for you today at sunnyside.co. Drink mindfully and still enjoy drinking with Sunnyside.
Thank you for visiting ChristopherMedia.net.
Yeah.
Welcome to Gen Exhausted. I'm Chris.
I'm Rich.
I'm Jess.
She's back in her tinfoil
You
dress.
can tell by the shitty music, yeah.
Hey.
Oh, speaking of shitty, are we just not going to talk about the mud hole I stomped in your fucking ass in fucking the Fantasy Football League this week?
Bro. Oh my God.
Can they touch even both sides at the same time anymore, or did I just ream out that shit pussy?
It was awful. It was so bad.
And here's the bitch of it. She had one player. It was like, don't do that. Don't give her hope. I knew what was coming. It's like, no. They're in the hospice ward for a reason. Don't tell them they're going home. That's a lie, okay? Yeah, but hey.
Damn, you beat her that bad?
Yes. It was really bad.
Now I gotta look.
Well, I'm just running through the league, which means I'm going to lose in the first round of the playoffs because that's what Earl did one year.
Oh, yeah, you beat her by like 38 points. Oh, yeah, I got a worse ass whooping. I got beat 164-81 like the week before that by one of my friends. Because I had Justin Jefferson and James Conner, and the week they both got injured.
Dude, when they lap you, as far as how many points they scored,
you doubled me up.
Scored.
Yeah,
dude, he lapped your ass, man.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you're the fat kid in the PE class during the physical fitness test. You're getting fucking lapped.
May have been
That's
that kid.
Horrible.
So, yeah, I said that is accurate.
You're like, this is why I play an instrument.
Exactly.
You're peaking in high school. I'll peak in my 20s. Fuck you.
Yeah. Give me 10 years. I'll peak.
Hi. Welcome to this podcast. It's supposedly about current events and shit as we talk about trauma from our fucking high school.
Yeah.
Isn't that what the kids call it, Jess? Trauma? Isn't everything trauma?
Everything is trauma, yes.
Yes.
But honestly, I'm kind of on board with that train now. You know, everything does feel like trauma. I've given into that one.
Well, the news has been trauma for the last few weeks. Should we just jump right in to talking about Israel? Yay! Yeah. And again, I voiced it last week. I'll voice it again this week. I am just stunned by some of the press coverage of this.
I am seeing a lot of people go very anti-Israel.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. A lot of sympathizers for terrorists. Like everyone, we keep getting think about the civilians. Think about the civilians. The civilians who put Hamas in power.
Where was all this sympathy for the IRA? Because if you want to talk about fucking talking points about why they're supporting Palestine, they're not against Israel. They're supporting Palestine. It's because Palestine has been colonized. Blah blah blah. I'm sorry, hasn't the fucking island of Ireland been colonized by the British? You should support the IRA if you support Hamas for that reason, excuse me, not Palestine. This is my American ignorance talk. I meant Hamas. That's what I meant. There is a difference. Just like there was a difference between German citizens and Nazis in World War II. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to derail the conversation. You notice that blade isn't cutting that way. And this is the bunch who loves to retroactively dig up history and change it up to fucking paint and fit their narrative. No one's even knocked on that door. I wonder why, Chris. Stop and think about it.
Well, Rich, I know we're going to talk about things that happened before 40 years ago, so buckle up, young people. Was Hitler put into power by the people?
To be honest with you, I can't remember anymore. That was such an insignificant part of learning about Hitler. I have no idea.
Let's see what the Google machine
I don't
says.
I don't even know if honestly they ever taught us that in any of the fucking schools that I was in.
He was appointed Chancellor of Germany by German president.
So no.
Yeah, that's
I guess what I'm getting at is Hamas was put into power by the people of Palestine. That's what's getting lost in this. You know, a good point was made on a podcast I listened to this week. Like, what if we had the Klan running things? And but Americans are good, decent people. Yeah, but the Klan runs things. No, but Americans are good. Yeah, but you keep electing the Klan to run things.
Okay, but also look at who is running. Look at who is running things right now. So, like, I don't want to be viewed as associated with that personally. You all know my feelings on it. So I understand that, because while they maybe have been put into power by the people, that doesn't mean they were put into power by every person. And also, and I'm just going to go ahead and reel it back about 100 years, but in Palestine, women don't have rights, right?
Or like another same podcast I was listening to today, what was blowing his mind is there are gays for Palestine.
Yes.
And go ask anybody who's in power right now in Palestine what they think of gay people. I believe the leader of Hamas was asked, what if your son was gay? And he said he would throw him off a building.
See, here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that basically Hamas is trying to position themselves as, we're not a terrorist organization, we're a political party. They're trying to do that type of thing. And my guess is Hamas is not a political party and is much more a decentralized fucking terrorist organization where people commit atrocities and then accredit it to that organization. Do you get what I'm saying? And then you have people that are trying to legitimize Hamas as a political. And by the way, that doesn't mean that the people going, oh no, we're not like the terrorist part of Hamas. We're the political party part of Hamas. Doesn't mean they're great people. They can believe in some horrendous shit and support some horrendous shit too.
Well, I believe, fuck, I lost my point. Anyway, continue.
Well, the reason I brought that up about women not having rights in Palestine, that's just my understanding. I'm very ignorant, honestly, on foreign affairs. I do not dive this probably the way that I should. And I even told you guys I put some blinders on at the beginning of it because it was too much. But I don't know that they vote like we do. I think they do. I think they have a voting system, but women can't vote. I'm pretty sure. Stands to reason. So I do understand the civilian aspect of it. And I do understand that while, yes, Hamas was elected by the people and they did what their attack on Israel, you have to have a counterattack. What else can you do?
Yes,
you know?
I posed it the last two shows. What if that was New York City?
Yeah.
Israel's got to be careful how they respond. Do they? What if that was your country and they were running through your streets doing that to your citizens? Like, let's take all of these stupid labels out of it and look at what happened.
But we also don't want to, I don't know what we want to do. It's an impossible situation and it sucks and I hate every bit of it. I am not a Hamas sympathizer in any shape, way, form, or fashion. I can see people saying things like you at least have to feel for the people who had nothing to do with it, you know? The people who maybe fervently disagree with what Hamas did in Israel, and yet still they're being leveled. I've also seen people praising what Hamas did and singing, like these videos going around on TikTok, singing the praising, hands in the air, laughing joyously about what Hamas did. And then as they're being bombed, they're taking shelter and crying about it. And it's like, well.
Okay, so now do you understand why I thought it was so grotesque when I saw people who claimed to be Christians and people who were fucking God-fearing Americans and America and apple pie and them types were fucking cheering and taking such fucking glee in the fact that Osama bin Laden was dead? Wasn't because you were like, we got the motherfucker and he got what he deserved. That's fine. You're showing that you're giving the fucking other motherfuckers who want to do this shit to us bulletin board material with that nonsense. Mm-hmm. Have some fucking common decency, because now you're coming off like a fucking backwoods hillbilly. Hey, go get me some brown people. That's how you're coming off. And believe me, they're more than happy to spin it that way, because guess what? It's been spun that way to us. Mm-hmm. This is how all America feels about this shit. Look at this. Look at how they celebrate the killing of an Arab brother, of a Muslim brother, whatever the fuck bullshit reason they have to fucking string them all together. This is just food for thought, guys. Just step back sometimes and take a look and go, what if I had no rooting interest whatsoever in this? Would I really see a difference between these two? Or are they both just horrible people doing horrible shit to each other? And I would say relatively innocent people are caught up in the middle of it. But hey, that's life, folks. This is what God put us here on this planet for. Thank you, God. Big hand for him. All right.
That's what this is all about, right? One group wants to exist, and one group says, well, this book says we're supposed to be here.
Part 3 of the Desert Trilogy that we all pull our fucking... That is the roots of all our fucking beliefs, but our part is the real part. Your part's just prologues. Madness. And seriously, take the religious fucking connotations away from that fucking plot of land on this fucking third rock floating around this fucking star. What is its value? What is there?
Oil.
Is it even that great of a fucking view?
Bitches, you cooking?
In Israel?
It's all desert.
Israel got oil like that?
Oh, yeah, they're right next to Egypt. Hell yeah, they do.
I thought they gave a bunch of their oil fields, vast majority of them, to Egypt for peace.
Well, the Sinai Peninsula where there's tons of oil, yes. They said, here, we'll give you this if you leave us alone.
And Egypt has so far as I understand, been like, all right, at least officially, right? They haven't officially declared war against fucking Israel or aggression against Israel since then. There you go. Now, guess what? This is how you know you're dealing with idiots. I guarantee you there's still fucking terrorists training and being radicalized, or whatever the nomenclature is acceptable at the moment, in Egypt against Israel. But all of Israel doesn't have a fucking target painted on its back because of that. Play the fucking game. They can't even do that because they're such fucking zealots. No, we have to kill our enemy. Really? All right.
No, I mean, a two-state solution was offered in 2000?
Those who make compromise impossible make violence a guarantee. Period. End of fucking story.
And what was it? Palestine's response to it was suicide bombers? I guess that meant no.
This is why I'm like, I don't have a dog in this fight, but at a certain point, like I said, I don't want to be the deciding member on a jury or anything. If one side wipes out the other, I'm going to be like, wow, that sucks for that side that lost. But if this bullshit continues after that shit, okay, now I'm like, okay, no. Because here's what this is such a good point that was brought up. And I don't even really care, but it's just like, for that region of the world, if they wiped the Jews off the planet, would there just be peace in that region? Do you really think that's how that shit's going to work? Because there's so much peace between the Sunnis and the Shiites and blah, 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 blah. And these are all different fucking denominations of Islam. It'd be like the Baptists going to war with the Catholics.
Let's say if the Jews were gone, then the Muslims and the Christians would start going at it. Because my God has a bigger dick than your God.
This is just human nature, folks.
Yeah.
They're just excuse for killing each other as God told us to. Okay, cool.
Well, I saw a thing somewhere. I feel like that's my most commonly cited source. I saw a thing somewhere, or I saw a thing on TikTok, which is probably where I saw that.
I tried to fucking...
I saw it online.
This is no bullshit. Just as an aside, I tried for fucking a long time to cite my sources until I realized that no one's going to go watch these fucking videos, because the videos I'm watching are 2 hours long sometimes, and I'm citing a 30-second part that's in the middle of that. No one's going to fucking watch that to fact check this shit. I saw it. Bitch, I saw it when I saw it. Fuck you. And then just let it be that, because that's everybody else's source these days, right?
Well, and also it doesn't matter who you say is your source because they're
discredited.
Yes.
No source is good enough. Yeah.
Right. Exactly. But I saw somewhere online that if Israel were to say we're calling for peace, we will only act peacefully now, then there would be no more Israel. But if Palestine were to say we're calling for peace, there is no more fighting now, then there would be peace. And that shows you pretty much who's in the wrong here, you know?
Oh, the source is the video I sent. That's the
was that you?
That's the Prager University video I sent you guys.
Oh.
Here's the thing. Sorry, I know you're a horrible human being, blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool. I don't care who wins or who fucking loses. You just better learn how to act right, whoever wins, okay? Because guess what? Fuck all that noise. Well, you know who we're looking at when I say shit, who I'm looking at when I say shit like that. Looking at you, Palestine. Because I absolutely, okay, you wiped the Jews off. You got what you wanted. And has it ever stopped like that with Islam? I'm sorry. I'm just going to go ahead and assume silence means that's a no.
No, of course.
And I'm sure someone will be like, well, historically at one point and blah, blah, blah. And, okay, cool. But is that the prevalent ethos and for Islam? Because I hold on a sec, just because I'm just saying that's like saying that Christianity doesn't encourage you to go out and convert people to Christianity. You are flat out fucking lying. And I don't fucking suffer liars. So
I feel the vibe with a lot of the radical Muslims is total world domination. Like, we don't stop till everybody's Muslim.
Boom. That's the only reason I care. When your bullshit starts fucking showing up on my doorstep, now you've drugged me into some shit that I didn't want to be drugged into. I tried to leave you the fuck alone. And here's the deal. This is America, Jack. We got a big dick. And by that, I mean a whole lot of people in the military, a whole lot of technology they're just waiting to fucking use. We don't even know how we're going to fight the next war. We can practice on y'all. Want to go down that road? That's all I give a fuck about. I swear to God. And you know what? I think I speak for quite a fucking large percentage of Americans and the rest of the world. Just I do it more gutturally and less eloquently than the rest of the world would do because I am American.
Although the fun part,
that's all right,
is Iran is funding Hamas. And who came out somebody said over the weekend, the new and if you think about it, they're on the right. The new axis of evil is Iran, Russia, and China. And I'm not too worried about Russia and Iran, but you throw China in there.
Yeah.
Like, they got a lot of motherfuckers.
Well, that's called humans. That's never going to change. If it's been Russia and it's been China in our lifetimes. And for a while, you're old enough to remember this, Chris, it was Japan's going to take us over and they're going to do it without ever firing a shot. They're going to do it economically. So if you come at the king, you best not miss, period. I mean, this is human nature. Somebody has to sit on top of the fucking shit pile. You hope you can find a benevolent dictator to do so. And here's the thing. This is my point. I just know that most people in America feel the way I feel. That if something happened to Israel to the point where that emboldened them to start this shit in other parts of the world, especially on American soil, please.
Oh, if we're going to be in a war, we need Trump. That just came out of my mouth. I know the microphone's recording.
Why do we act like it's Trump or Biden? Like, I know that's what we're being fucking shoehorned into, choose these two, but it's like, Jesus fucking Christ. There is literally billions of other people on this fucking... No, excuse me. There's literally 350 million people on this planet who are American citizens by birth who could probably do a better job.
All right, I'll amend the statement. If we're going to be in a war, I would prefer Republican leadership.
Yeah. And also...
leadership. I don't want to be in a war. That's the difference.
The reason that it's Trump or Biden is because that's what's being laid out in front of us. That's what we have to pick from next year, and we all know it.
I mean, I
could be coerced to vote for RFK.
Yeah.
Ross Perot, just saying.
So
I was RFK. I was pretty pro him, but he's also very, very, very Green New Deal, and I don't love that.
Okay, hold on a sec. Chris and I did this. I can't remember if it was on Unregimented or if we did it on Sporgy for some reason. But we actually went over point by point what the Green New Deal was, at least the proposal was in that. And sat there and basically laid out like, okay, this could be a compromise. And we pretty much, him and I both were like, okay, yeah, we could kind of get on board with this. The deal was basically went from just throw money at fucking at anything that says I'm green and I'm progressive to, okay, you got to show us fucking some return on our investment here, because that's what this is. You're investing the American people's money into these fucking people. And for all the talk of America's a democracy and America's this and America's a Christian country, America is a business. Fuck you, pay me. That's America. And I mean, like, because part of the Green New Deal, have you actually read it, Jess?
I don't know if I have actually read it proper, but I have researched it, yes.
Okay. I mean, there was shit in there about, oh, pay for this college, pay for that. And I'm like, no. No, you want your college paid for? It has to be something that's in demand, in a degree that we need filled. Otherwise, here's your little fucking $200 for you. That can buy you 1 credit hour at the community college, aka the disco with books.
Right. It's also things about economic inequality and creating jobs through that, and guaranteeing the high-paying jobs, and I just.
This is what I'm saying. The Green New Deal as itself, as presented, was an obvious no-go.
Right.
The fact that Chris and I, who, our political piss puddles overlap in the center, but I'm definitely coming more from the left and he's coming more from the right, even though I'm sure we're both hardcore fucking Nazis, according to some people. You know what I'm saying? Like, we sat down and hammered it out. They were like, yeah, this could work. And I don't think there was any one thing that we were just like, nope. And neither of us would budge on. And why? Chris, I can't remember. Was it Sporgy or was it Unregimented? Because I know Aaron wasn't there. So
who knows?
Might have been an episode he wasn't on. Okay.
Right.
All right. Well,
we've talked a lot. We've done a lot of podcasts together.
Coming up on 10 years. Fuck.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. My point is that just because the first proposal, and I think I said this might have been why we started talking about it. I'm like, your first proposal is you go in expecting it to be rejected, so you go in asking for more than you want, and they're looking to pay less than they want, and so they're gonna that's the initial, that's round one of a fight where you're fucking throwing little fucking punches to see what side they're good at fucking picking up on, what side they're not, what high or low, what they're good at blocking. That's what that is. And that's how I viewed the Green New Deal. It was just thrown out there with all that bullshit, and nobody engaged with the fucking with the bill and said, what about these compromises? What about this? What if we met you this and you met us here? Do you see what I'm saying? Like, it was such a fucking straw man set out there. I almost used a different term that would refer to an old story that happened down south with a certain type of baby and a rabbit. But I'm not Joe Biden. If you're of a certain age, you know exactly what story I'm talking about.
The Briar Patch.
Can you even say that one at this point anymore? Because I know what the rabbit punched. You can't call it what it was called in the book.
Oh, Tar Baby. We're quoting a book. Like it. Oh my God! It was a book.
Okay, but don't do an Earl now and keep repeating it because the algorithm will pick the shit up.
Oh no! Yeah. Just because Disney made a terrible book into a movie, I mean, it wasn't terrible. It was of its time.
Can I be honest with you? I don't even, as a kid, I don't think I put that was supposed to, in my mind, I don't think I understood that was supposed to be a black baby or black.
Did I thought it was trying to I saw that movie in the theater. No shit. Disney, they re-released it in like 87. It was out in the theater. I remember going and fucking seeing it with my cousin on like a Saturday. You know, I remember he's trying to make a fake rabbit and be like, "Oh, hey, I'm over here." That never entered my mind because, like I said, I was 7.
I forgot why I wanted to use that term.
What y'all are talking about?
I'm telling you, this is the generational gap. This might as well be. It's not that big years wise, but it might as well be the Grand Canyon. You might as well be on the other side of the fucking moon. And we're, you know what I'm saying? Like as far as us, it's just like, but that's how quick that was removed from kids' consciousness in less than a decade. Because we both remember it. You remember it being released in the theater in our lifetime.
Yeah, but I'll tell you, by the dude, as soon as high school, it was like, ooh.
Yeah, well, yeah. Dude, Soul Man come out in 86.
That's true. Yeah, I remember seeing, again, back.
That shit was all over fucking, because it was PG-13, and that was when HBO was trying to fill their fucking day with content. So it was, once they started being able to play PG-13 movies after, I think, 12 or 11, which I'm like, when we went to Specs, I was like, why can't fucking they show rated R movies all day long? And that's when they were like, they could, because they're not broadcast, they're cable. The laws are different. I don't know if you remember that conversation. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But yeah, that Soul Man, oh my God, dude.
Yeah, dude.
For like 3 years, you would see that with like Can't Buy Me Love and License to Drive at like between 11 in the morning and 8 at night on HBO.
I have to be reminded of some of the things that happened when I was a kid, because it's just like, wow. Like some of the things they got away with.
Yeah. And I mean, like, that movie come out when millennials were being born. That didn't come out when Gen X was being born.
No.
That's not like Blazing Saddles either. That's, you know what I'm saying? And that movie thought it was doing good at the time. So that's what I try to tell people. I'm like, if you don't even understand pop culture to the point where you can't look back at the last 40 years and take that sliver of pop culture and understand the context of everything in it, why are you commenting on it? Yeah. Why is anyone listening to anyone's opinion who would comment on that
like
show?
All of these things that we're talking about, when they came out, society at the time thought they were being, quote unquote woke. They thought they were being progressive. Like Disney thought they were being progressive with Song of the South. Whatever studio thought they were being progressive with Soul Man. You look back at it now, you're like, good Lord, many people signed off on that.
Dude, none of the Indian kids that I knew growing up had any beef with Homeboy from fucking the Short Circuit movies. And I know that this is not that great of an example, because I saw, I think, Short Circuit 1 like 5 years ago, and I was like, wow. I didn't even realize that that's like Parker, what's his name?
Fisher Stevens,
not Parker Stevens. Parker Stevenson or whatever the fuck. Yeah, Fisher Stevens. I thought he was Indian.
Yeah.
Until like I was in my 20s. And I think I'd even seen Hackers, and someone was like, that's the dude from fucking Short Circuit. I'm like, no, the fuck it's not. And then I really took a look, and I'm like, oh my fucking God, it is.
Yeah.
So I remember like little kids that I went to school with loved that character, would do the accent. These were Indian kids who were fully Americanized, had no accent, but they would do the accent and play that character when we would fucking be running around. Because I'm 9 years old.
I could never do that around my Indian friends. Oh, I don't know how that would go. At least,
these were Indian kids in the fucking...
At least that version.
I'm just saying. They were quoting the movie and shit. And it was just like, okay. I don't think but dude, once again, 9 years old, man.
Right? Again, they thought they were being progressive.
There was no and we didn't even see it as like, yeah, people were like, oh, look how fucking good. That's exposing Middle America to an exotic culture, a person that they probably wouldn't have seen if it wasn't for this movie and this portrayal of this character. Now, that's racist. That's brownface. That's horrible. That's, oh my God.
Man, we like brownface in the 80s, huh?
Yeah.
Fisher Stevens, C. Thomas
Soul
Howell.
Man's just straight up blackface.
Yeah.
He's playing a black dude. Oh, I am so sorry. Jess is like, I have no idea what any of these movies are.
Nope. Not even a little. That's cool.
Telling you need to Wikipedia Soul Man 1986. Read the synopsis.
Just put it in Google. Yeah, read the synopsis, or just put it in Google and hit images.
Yeah. You'll understand.
Am I getting canceled for this?
You're getting what?
Am I getting canceled for this?
You've done far.
No, we would, because we brought it up. No, first of all, no, you get canceled because you don't think we've been to the moon. That's why you get canceled. Like, that's probably upset people the most who listen to this. They're probably like, oh my God. Oh, we thought she's one of them. It's like, really? All the shit we talk about? That's the sticking point? I mean, I kind of get it, but that's the sticking point?
If anyone has listened to me at all and they think that I believed we did go to the moon, then they weren't paying attention to me.
You think this has a happy ending. You haven't been paying attention.
I did look it up. That is
Okay. Do you see what we're saying? But they literally,
1986.
James Earl Jones is in that movie giving a speech to him about it and basically being like, it's wrong of you to come out and do that, but now you see. And it's just like, dude, that was like, oh, that's so brave.
Oh, stunning. That means James Earl Jones is a Magic Negro in that movie.
Yep. And Ray Dawn Chong, who's like, she's like Puerto Rican. Like, bitch, you ain't even really black. She played like, here's the thing. I don't think it was ever declared what her ethnicity was supposed to be, but she's not white, aka what we would call a person of color these days, a POC. Even though if you use the term color or colored about anybody non-white in the 80s, you might as well drop an N-bomb. But no, this is not arbitrary. All these, yeah, whatever. Keep letting 15-year-olds on Twitter or X or whatever the fuck it's called dictate how society should be run. This is working out well, isn't it?
I watched her. This is a little off topic, but not really.
We left the topic a while ago.
Fair. I watched this terrible movie yesterday, and I came home and I was I'd had such a busy day, and I just kind of wanted to zone out, and it looked like a stupid rom-com, and I was like, you know what? I'm turning it on. It has Jennifer Lawrence in it. I traditionally have liked things that she's in, and it was called No Hard Feelings.
Oh, it's the new one where she gets in the nude fight?
Yes, that's the one. Did you watch it or just hear about it?
Just heard about it.
Well, there's this scene in it, and it's supposed to be like she is 32 and she goes to a like high school senior, college freshman sort of party. And the whole point of this scene is supposed to be like how she has mortified herself. Like it's how she just completely embarrassed herself there and like showed her age there. And the way that they did that was by her saying to these two guys who were just like finishing each other's sentences, and they were kind of giving her a hard time over something, and she said to the two guys like, yeah, why don't y'all marry each other? And they're like, why would that be a bad thing? And she's like, no, like I'm not homophobic. And it turned into like everyone pulling out their cameras and recording her and her big homophobic remark and how they were uploading it, and that was like the high school humiliation, the epitome of hitting low. And I had a lot of feelings when that went on, because really, that's the one. That's your big canceling moment, is to say, why don't y'all get married, and say it facetiously. Like the kid's parents came out and threw her out for acting that way. Anyway, I had to share that. To talk about 15-year-olds dictating how things should go. Here it is.
Well, no, it's another statement on the woke culture. I guess Bill Burr came out with a movie that apparently is it's number one on Netflix. And apparently it's one of those on Rotten Tomatoes. I believe the numbers I heard, it's like 17 with the critics, but like 90 with the people.
Nice.
And I guess the whole point of the movie is he doesn't learn anything. He just learns to like shut up and mutter to himself so he doesn't fuck his, so he's not a social pariah. And it's like, really? Because one of the shitty reviews of the movie actually says like that's what he should learn to do, and it's like, really, that's what you want? So you don't want the person to actually learn anything? You just want them to submit just based out of fear? That's really what this is all about?
This is the end result of any ideology, group, religion getting too much fucking power. This is. And you know what's being exploited the most? Here's the sad part. No one would listen to 15-year-olds if there wasn't a bunch of 40-year-olds running around thinking that they're fucking, man, I still want to be cool. First of all, dude, no.
It's over.
Yeah.
Once your age starts with a 3, it's over.
Yeah. And it's just, that is so pathetic. You are literally catering your life, your music choices, your movie choices, your lifestyle choices for the approval of people who've been on this planet for 15 years and can only remember 2/3 of that, and probably not very clearly.
I want someone with half my age and life experience to like me. Why? Because people don't know shit.
Pathetic, dude.
And they can't hold their liquor party.
But this nonsense, because in America, Our culture is driven by entertainment. There's the business side of entertainment, which as long as the checks keep coming, they don't give a fuck what they put their fucking, okay, cool. Is it selling? Great, wonderful. Oh, kids hate capitalism? Sell them. Ooh, the anger dollar. Huge in times of economic downturn. Yes. Same fucking thing.
Hey, you brought up, never. You brought up pre-show chat. You brought up tool hooker with a penis. Dude, it's all, and you bought one. It's all figured it out how to get you to click. How do you just chase our tail every week on this. Mm-hmm. But it's a blow-off valve.
Get inundated with it all week, get on here, yell about it. Until next week.
Thank you for visiting ChristopherMedia.net.
Ever wish you could make your Monday go a little bit smoother? Here's a pro tip. You can order online to dodge the line and kick off your week with free coffee Mondays. Every Monday in September and October, Dunkin' Rewards members can get a free medium hot or iced coffee with any purchase. And you get to earn points to spend on even more free Dunkin'. Not a member? Join Dunkin' Rewards on the app and get even more Dunkin' deals. Nothing beats Dunkin' Rewards. The New York Jets and the New York Giants run on Dunkin'. Limit 1 per member per Monday. Additional terms may apply. Exclusions may apply. Participation may vary. Limited time offer.
Do you feel way better when you're drinking less, but not ready to burn your party girl card and go full homebody? Try downloading Sunnyside, the self-improvement app for mindful drinking. By making small changes, you can sleep better, feel better, and have more energy. Join a community of mindful drinkers. Take a 3-minute quiz to see if Sunnyside is right for you today at sunnyside.co. Drink mindfully and still enjoy drinking with Sunnyside.
Here in Key West, we were out before it was in. In this open and inclusive paradise, you can be yourself, make new friends, and savor our live and let live vibe. With LGBTQ plus friendly accommodations, our legendary nightlife, and year-round activities and events, it's always a good time to come as you are. Key West, close to perfect, far from normal.
Ever wish you could make your Monday go a little bit smoother? Here's a pro tip. You can order online to dodge the line and kick off your week with free coffee Mondays. Every Monday in September and October, Dunkin' Rewards members can get a free medium hot or iced coffee with any purchase. And you get to earn points to spend on even more free Dunkin'. Not a member? Join Dunkin' Rewards on the app and get even more Dunkin' deals. Nothing beats Dunkin' Rewards. The New York Jets and the New York Giants run on Dunkin'. Limit 1 per member per Monday. Additional terms may apply. Exclusions may apply. Participation may vary. Limited time offer.
Here in Key West, we were out before it was in. In this open and inclusive paradise, you can be yourself, make new friends, and savor our live and let live vibe. With LGBTQ plus friendly accommodations, our legendary nightlife, and year-round activities and events, it's always a good time to come as you are. Key West, close to perfect, far from normal.
Thank you for visiting ChristopherMedia.net.
If I lived in the media cycle that I live in for one day to make sure I know what's going on for the show, holy crap. Like I can't understand people who have to like watch cable news all day. Why?
Okay. This is, you know what? This is kind of a good subject because I guarantee we all three practice some form of what I'm about to describe. I don't know if there's a term for it, but to keep myself from fucking going down some stupid ass fucking rabbit hole that has been plotted out for me step by step to anger and enrage me to keep clicking. I have to be like, no, I have to cut the shit off well before like any suggested shit that has any clickbaity title that's trying to fucking like blah, 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 does blah, blah, blah. It's like, nope, click. Don't recommend channel. Don't recommend this. Don't recommend that. Because what you said, Chris, I absolutely could not fucking survive just wallowing in this shit 24/7. And I mean, this isn't even boomer fucking cable TV I'm talking about. This is I guess for all the shit I talk, I consume most of my fucking news and content, quote unquote. The fact that I consume content makes me sound like a millennial. So there you go.
Hey, you're Zennial according to the little graphic you sent us in the chat.
Yeah, no. Just stop. Like, and it all started when I was like, why did they get from 1980 to 2000? That was the first like time it was like anybody born between that period. I'm like, why does Gen X only get 15? Whatever, okay, fine. And then like as the millennials got older, it started being cut. Like, no, it's more like, 96. And now it's like some 97, 98. Maybe some people will say 99. Your generation's being shrunk, millennials. And what do? Start land grabbing and colonizing from other fucking generations. Very Israel of you, millennials.
Oh, snap. Rich is pro millennial.
I'm pro. If Hamas wants to take out those douchebags, yes, I'm pro Hamas. There you go. Clip that. There you go. Oh, so you want to take out people you disagree with politically? No, just the ones who have hipster beards and mustaches and it's 2023 still. People who fucking talking about IPAs like it's a decade ago. That's okay. You can bomb them. You can parachute in and kill them. I don't care.
Rich wants them all to dissipate in a cloud of vape smoke.
And for Gen Z, like for real, on God, I want that smoke. So there you go. Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck you just said. Did you talk like kids you work with?
No, because anyone who talks like that probably wouldn't last long. That's why I work there. All right. What else we got?
Yeah, should we get this thing back on track?
I don't know. Why try? We can attempt it.
Yeah, right.
Until next week with Israel.
Let's just steer into the skid.
We have a new House Speaker that's worth mentioning. I've already forgotten who it is. I'm not attached. I've been burned already. Tired of getting attached to these people. He's from Louisiana. Mike Johnson.
I thought you were about to say Mike Jones. Let's say, oh shit.
Mike Epps.
He must be from the lower 9th Ward of Houston or some shit. He got my vote. I'm going to move down there.
There was another one they were trying to get in over the week.
Some guy, Emmer.
Emmer, his name.
Oh, did this one get voted in? This new guy? What's his name again?
Yes, the new guy is Mike Johnson. He is voted in. It is a done deal. It didn't even take all night of voting. But now the media is painting this guy as a pro-Trump. He's a Trump ally. Just, he votes conservatively.
He's a Republican.
Mm-hmm.
That tends to happen.
Well, it's being demonized already. Tom Emmer is who you were talking about, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, they kicked him back 4 times and then he withdrew. But yeah, Mike Johnson, I don't know that there's anything really even to say about him other than he's disliked because he's pro-Trump and he is now our Speaker of the House.
All right, so they finally got themselves a new class president in the House of Representatives.
Do they... I wonder if they carried over the same rule that they had for McCarthy, where they could vote this guy out at any given point.
The deal with the devil or whatever the fuck it was?
Yeah. We went 3 weeks without a speaker.
Yeah, but the government was shut down, so what did it matter, right?
No, remember they averted it.
Yeah, now we just have another couple
every
weeks.
Time?
Right.
Until next time?
Back. It's coming back. It's only been diverted for the next, 20 some odd days? Because they only did a 45-day patch. Like
the boomerang kid in the beginning of Mad Max Road Warrior. It's coming back. Don't worry. We're going to shut the government down for real this time. No, for real. On God, son.
Yeah, I can't find anything super significant about him, but it was worth mentioning, so now we all know.
Oh, yeehaw.
Yep. And then what else? We have our Hitler story we can talk about. Can I say that? Are we allowed to still say his name?
Oh, you said it. We're going to get flagged as hate speech.
We're deep enough to where, unless we posted it via Facebook, I know their algorithm ain't going to catch it. You said it deep enough into it, like the show. Fair. Apparently, there's a if you even if you upload shit directly to Facebook and post it via Facebook originally, then they actually look at the content longer, and if you've had bans or your account's been flagged before, then they look into it and they really look into it and be like, no, you can't post this. So there's that level of control. So it depends. Depends on where we post it. If we named it with something about Hitler, someone complained, I could see it being taken down from like YouTube.
Well,
yeah.
Don't use his picture, I guess.
Well, yeah, the Michigan State University had, I guess it was a YouTube channel or something that was playing some trivia questions on their scoreboard before their game last Saturday, and one of them, I guess, was asking about where Hitler was born, and it showed a picture of him. Well, the pearls have been clutched. The schools had to apologize just because if you've been following Michigan State, it's not been a good few years for them. It's not been a good year for them. Not been a good last 2 months for them. So kind of another misstep. I guess the PR department probably went, son of a fucking bitch. Who do we fire? But nobody's been fired, but there's been apologies and this and that. And I just think it's dumb that there's been like an apology and a reaction to this. Cause really, we all know he was bad. And what, we can't acknowledge history. Is that?
We can't trigger anybody by making them look at it, I think is the issue.
It was before anybody got there. Nobody just really, the guy like chalking the field saw it.
Are you guys aware that it's illegal in Germany to even have swastikas or anything referring to that National Socialist Party? As you have to, you can't say Nazi. Even when they talk about like Nazi black metal, like black metal made by people who are like Heil Hitler and all that shit, and openly about like we love Hitler. We would suckle his cock if he was here right in front of us right now. They can't call it Nazi black metal. It's National Socialist black metal over there.
So like, what do they call what went on from like 1941 to 1946? what do they?
The Holocaust.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
I'm not trying to be a smartass. I what I'm saying is, yeah, even new movies like Inglourious Bastards had to be edited to be sold or air in Germany. Certain video games have to have anything, especially video games about World War II. That's kind of why I think a lot of shooters went away from the World War II formula, besides the fact that it was just old. After like 5 years of World War II shooters, really, we've pretty much covered World War II.
Yeah.
But, they were like, no, you can't put any of that imagery at all. So yeah, that's just how it is. And people, when I was a kid and I learned that about Germany as a kid in the 80s, I was like, wow, that's fucked up. I didn't need someone to tell and explain to me why that's fucked up. That's fucked up. I'm like, they're trying to act like that shit didn't happen. No, they're trying to be like, oh, well, we'll lessen the impact and the harm of, really? To literally surgically remove certain fucking things from the history books. These are people who had no problem with that. But this is also the same country that had no problem with fucking Hitler being in charge for fucking how long. So, Germany, pretty easy to lead. That's what I'm saying. If you need an army, learn to speak German. Sneak in through Austria. Not Australia, you ignorant motherfucker. I know there's one of y'all out there going, really? I didn't know that was connected. No, Austria.
I saw this recently on the internet somewhere.
Bro, trust me. That's my second favorite source, but somewhere on the internet's first.
Yeah. There is a special counter, apparently, in either Australia or Austria at the airport that is designated for people who thought that they were flying into either Australia or Austria and got it confused.
Here's a big hint. Are you on Qantas? You're on a different continent. Just saying.
Is there an L in it? How about that one?
On a continent, it's its own continent, really. It's just, or a country, it's its own continent, is what I meant to say. But my point is that when I was a kid, I heard that, wow, that's fucked up. At some point, we have college students going, of course you should remove him from the history books. Huh?
Why? He should be a huge reminder of don't ever let somebody do this ever again.
Dude, I literally had to refrain from going off in the ninth circle of hell, aka a YouTube comment section, because this one video I watched about how the 90s were like the most racist and sexist time in the history of ever.
Really?
And it was like here's one of their fucking tidbits of proof. In Forrest Gump, a beloved boomer flick, like that type of, it was that type of attitude. So you know you're getting quality fucking thought follow through on this line of logic. Forrest Gump is named after a former Ku Klux Klan member in honor of him. And I'm like, in honor? He flat out says he was named after Nathan whatever Forrest as by his mother to remember to never do certain, what'd she say? What is the line? The whole point was don't be like this motherfucker. Not to honor him. Like she was teaching him a lesson through naming him that.
Damn.
And it's like, how do you miss that fucking point of the goddamn... If you are, once again, if you are so fucking far off the mark in understanding the context of when this movie come out and what it was clearly intended to be said versus what you took it as, walking in going, I hate this and I want to be offended right off the bat. But I didn't say any of that because it's a YouTube comment section. So.
Right.
But that's what I'm saying. These are the people that, yeah, I'm fine with it. And why? We don't want to hurt people's feelings. We don't want to hurt people's feelings. That's all.
Brittle spirits.
Did you know now, and I might be late to the party on this, did y'all know now that you can't say homeless?
You have to say unhoused. The unhoused.
It's like retarded, illegals, and a bunch of other shit they say I can't say. I don't give a fuck. Who's that? Come stop me. Who's that? Am I going to say it in polite society? Nope. But I'm not going to call someone a cum guzzling gutter slut in polite society either. But I'll say it when I'm not on the clock. So come stop me. I triple dog dare you. What you gonna do? Who you gonna report me to? What cop? How you gonna get me arrested?
I mean, yes, but like there are online platforms that will not let you type in homeless. You have to rethink your way of speaking. You have to say
what ones?
Nextdoor.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yep, you can't say homeless anymore. Anyway, I don't know how we're supposed to. It's like
I'm sorry, just real quick, wanted to add to this. I just wanted to make sure. August 31st of this year, according to PC Magazine, that's the source right there, Call of Duty to use AI-powered voice chat moderation technology. Okay, I mean, I can read the article, or do you want me to pretty much sum it up? Because it's pretty, they don't go into detail, but certain things are flagged, and the AI will pick it up and will ban players and their account and blah, 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 blah. And for the uninitiated, when it comes to the gaming, especially like a Call of Duty or any of those games that have like the seasonal content type model, you could have sunk a lot of money into that account that's tied to that email address, phone number, etc., all that shit. And when you get banned, you got to come up with new shit and start from fucking scratch. And it can happen over something you said in a private chat that they're monitoring now. But they're not even monitoring it. AI's monitoring.
Wow.
You really think computers are going to you really think computers and artificial intelligence are going to take context, sarcasm? You can't say kill, someone killed themselves, someone committed suicide. You have to say, we talk like we're fucking toddlers. Unalived? What is that? You can't say porn on certain fucking, like if we were trying to monetize our YouTube channel, we can't say porn because that would flag the channel for demonetization. So you have to say spicy movies. Are we 5?
Spicy movies? Is that what you said?
Yes.
Like it's a habanero pepper?
That's What'd you get up to last night, man? My dick's hurting from this spicy movie, man. Shit.
Spicy? That's more dirty than saying porn.
That sounds like your parents' porn. Ooh, we're going to watch a spicy movie.
You can't say rape, even in the context of quoting a legitimate news source. You have to say grape. Yes.
Great.
Now here's the deal. YouTube isn't like, we'll ban you completely, not at first, but we'll demonetize you, which means thank you for all them clicks because now we get to keep all the money for that shit. You don't get to get shit.
You have to say grape? Like, there's a sketch by the whitest kid you know where the guy's called the Grapist. I'm going to grape you right in the mouth.
Yeah.
Wow.
We're living to where you can go look up Onion articles from 15 years ago and a headline from today, and would we know?
Right?
It'd be a coin toss, in my opinion. Most of the time, it'd be a coin toss. Unless it was so ridiculously over the top. It'd be a coin toss.
But it's like people don't understand that just giving it a different word doesn't change what it is.
Correct.
Homeless or dehomed or unhomed or experiencing homelessness.
They're not worried about the word. They're worried about the offense or the feelings, the cold fuzzies instead of warm, or the cold pricklies instead of the warm fuzzies that the words make certain people feel. So unhomed is fine until it starts to become a trauma trigger for people. And if you think I'm exaggerating one bit, this is exactly how these morons talk. This is exactly the word salad sat on my ass for 30 years in academia, have never applied any of this in the real world to real world people in real world scenarios. This is how these idiots talk. And they're driving our culture. They're driving fucking political and business decisions because they're the loudest people. So everyone in positions of power go, well, they're the loudest. They're the ones who spend the most money, right? Sorry. This is madness to me. But go ahead.
No logic. The math don't math. It makes no sense. Saying unalive is commonly used in place of kill now. So how long until we have to come up with another?
Exactly. And,
experiencing homelessness used to be, from what I understand, that was the more politically correct thing to say because you weren't homeless. You were just experiencing it. We weren't labeling you. We were talking about your current situation. But now you can't use homeless at all. Now it's dehomed, right?
Unhoused.
Think about this. So the fact that the words can change and they'll still want them banned, what are they trying to protect people from? They're trying to protect people from feeling anything that's unpleasant at the cost of everybody else. Everybody else must go along with this tiny minority who feels this way. By the way, feelings, which can be completely faked and bullshitted. I felt this. Okay. What the fuck you want me to do about it? That don't mean shit to me. It's like I'm offended. Okay, you'll get over it.
Mm-hmm. Right.
What the fuck does that have to do with me? That's a you problem. Especially if you're offended by empirical facts. That's really a you problem. Don't expect me to help you work through that fucking trauma.
Yeah, this is all because, again, somebody showed a slide on the scoreboard at a stadium that asked, where was Hitler born, and showed a picture of him. It wasn't like, yeah, Hitler, next slide, go state. No,
And they could probably show pictures of Hitler's artwork, and they'd be like, what do you think about this piece of art? Oh, it's all right. Oh, that's beautiful. What do you think about this? You know what you do? What do you think about this piece of art? It's painted by a young POC from an underprivileged neighborhood, and then show it to people and go, what do you think of this piece of art? And it's painted, and by the way, both paintings done by Hitler. And it's done by Hitler, and see the reactions.
Oh man, we've said Hitler a lot. This one might get yanked from YouTube.
Want that smoke? Come get it. Right. Give a fuck.
Exactly.
You think I give a fuck about YouTube and their fucking 2 clicks a year we get through them? Fuck them. Seriously, I don't give a fuck. And you think I give a fuck about Facebook in this show? Facebook don't do shit for us. That's what I'm saying. Like, if this was, there's certain words we just can't say because almost it's an unwritten rule. It's an agreement in just basically the podcasting world that you just, we're not going to carry your podcast if you're going to be dropping N-bombs and certain fucking ideologies and all this shit to go along with that stuff. Eventually, they'll just fucking ban your channel and you'll have to start from scratch and come back under a different name. I have no problem following those rules because for the most part, but this shit, I don't give a fuck about these platforms. And that's when people go, the internet, that's who they're talking about. People on Twitter, people on Facebook, people on YouTube, people on whatever the fuck. People who are playing the game and dancing and going along with this shit. So whose opinion are we really getting in the first place?
Yeah.
It's a good goddamn question.
I didn't mean to make people think deeper than just, I'm mad at somebody who doesn't agree with me politically. Okay, go back to that. That's easier. We'll get more clicks anyways. Fuck it.
Thank you for visiting ChristopherMedia.net.
Ever wish you could make your Monday go a little bit smoother? Here's a pro tip. You can order online to dodge the line and kick off your week with free coffee Mondays. Every Monday in September and October, Dunkin' Rewards members can get a free medium hot or iced coffee with any purchase. And you get to earn points to spend on even more free Dunkin'. Not a member? Join Dunkin' Rewards on the app and get even more Dunkin' deals. Nothing beats Dunkin' Rewards. The New York Jets and the New York Giants run on Dunkin'. Limit 1 per member per Monday. Additional terms may apply. Exclusions may apply. Participation may vary. Limited time offer.
Here in Key West, we were out before it was in. In this open and inclusive paradise, you can be yourself, make new friends, and savor our live and let live vibe. With LGBTQ plus friendly accommodations, our legendary nightlife, and year-round activities and events, it's always a good time to come as you are. Key West, close to perfect, far from normal.
Ever wish you could make your Monday go a little bit smoother? Here's a pro tip. You can order online to dodge the line and kick off your week with free coffee Mondays. Every Monday in September and October, Dunkin' Rewards members can get a free medium hot or iced coffee with any purchase. And you get to earn points to spend on even more free Dunkin'. Not a member? Join Dunkin' Rewards on the app and get even more Dunkin' deals. Nothing beats Dunkin' Rewards. The New York Jets and the New York Giants run on Dunkin'. Limit 1 per member per Monday. Additional terms may apply. Exclusions may apply. Participation may vary. Limited time offer.
There is a power in you, just waiting to be tapped. A voice to be amplified. A vision to unlock. And the University of New Haven is ready to flip that switch. We are 9,000 makers, instigators, and doers. Here to make tomorrow happen. With market-ready programs to change your future. And a community of changemakers to take on the world. U New Haven. Power on.
Thank you for visiting ChristopherMedia.net.
It's so outrageous that we have to, that it's even a conversation that we're having. We should be able to, it's still the First Amendment. We should be able to say Hitler. We should be able to say homeless. We should be able to say words, freaking, just to kind of transition a little bit. Emily Blunt shouldn't have to be apologizing for what she said in 2012 because a video happened with it. Or resurfaced of it,
She didn't even have to. She I feel she was pre-apologizing. Like no one even called her on it. She's like, "Ooh, I saw this and I didn't like that I said this. I'm sorry." Like, come on.
Oh, you think maybe? Okay, first of all, I doubt she fucking dug it up and saw it. Unless she's Googling herself in the middle of the night when she can't sleep or some shit. I mean, maybe she does that. I would hope she doesn't. She seems rather there for a Hollywood person, you know what I'm saying? Like, she doesn't seem like she's a crazy Hollywood person. But you see, I think someone fucking in her camp was like, "Yo, someone in your camp found this online. Let's get out ahead of this. Let's come out and say, hey, yeah, this video, yeah, it's kind of horrible. Sorry." And here's my question. What was the context that she used the term enormous about this waitress? Because enormous could mean, excuse me, is it a waitress or a waiter?
Well, it's a waiter, but it's...
Oh, it's a guy?
No, waiter's universal now.
I give the fuck up.
Yeah.
So there's no such thing as gender until the fucking trans people show up. And then all of a sudden we got to all agree on what their definition of gender is. Until they leave the room? Or are we allowed to... Whatever. Okay, sure. Anyway.
She said, the quote is, "If you go into Chili's, you can see why so many of our American friends are enormous. Well, the girl who was serving me was enormous."
Okay. First of all, no one gives a fuck she said shit about Americans. It's because she singled the waitress out as a girl. Because if that had been a man, you'd have people arguing that, well, a guy could just be big. Doesn't mean he's fat. Be like 6'8", the mountain. I watch Game of Thrones.
Right.
I'm like...
she's not wrong. That's the other thing, though, too.
Okay, well, I mean, yeah, she's absolutely fucking right.
Yep, that is exactly it.
I mean, look, man, Jesus fucking Christ, when I was like drinking and eating absolute ass and garbage every day, I never was telling myself, wow, I'm eating a little bit better. I'm eating at Chili's today. Not really. It's still loaded with salt, sugar, bullshit, preservatives, all that nonsense. And believe me, I ain't one of them fucking granola bitches. That's Miss We Didn't Go to the Moon. She's got that end covered on this podcast.
Wow.
You crunchy as hell. You know that. We've talked about it.
It was just changing my whole identity to my personal beliefs about the moon.
Oh, Jesus, God. No, it's prison rules. Come on now. You should know this by now.
No, I am. I'm very granola.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm strong enough to be friends and have good relationships with people that I don't agree with on everything, especially when it comes to their personal beliefs. Why are you so weak you can't do the same thing? That's the question that needs to be asked. We need to stop fucking telling people you need to be as weak as the weakest link and tell the weakest link, yo, do you need a hand like toughening up? We can go over there and whoop your ass a little bit, show you what life's really about.
And also, like, she is not American, right? She's European somewhere.
And you just got an unfiltered, by the way, that is the fucking, as far as a lot of people across the pond are concerned, that is a 100% fact about Americans. We are all 500 pounds.
That's what I was going to say. Like, imagine just rolling into a Chili's as your first stop, first time in America. You would be looking around going, damn.
Well, especially because she comes from, like, if you come from, like, I guess, I don't know the proper terms, sophisticate set over there. It's probably little dainty proportions that are much more about presentation, all this bullshit for the most part. You probably eat like a pig. You eat at home in the privacy of your own home like a normal human being. In America, we don't give a fuck about being a normal human being. We go strap the feed bag on and go out to eat and show everybody. We have buffets on every corner. And guess where you have them? Not in the nice neighborhoods, but white trash, black trash, poor people, just period. Working class neighborhoods, you will. Oh, yeah. Buffets all over the place.
Cheap food what is all over the place. The cheap food's by the poor people. Cheap, shitty food. Imagine that. Isn't that crazy?
And what is Chili's if not, like, literally the next rung on the ladder up from a buffet, a sit-down eat a buffet place? I mean, I don't think it's much of a stretch to say that.
No, that's fair.
Yeah. So, yeah, you're not seeing the best shining examples of health. But here's the problem. It's not that, oh, you're assuming that all Americans are that fat. That's not what she's apologizing for. I mean, that's part of the blanket apology. It's because she might have hurt somebody's feelings. This is what it keeps going back to.
But it was 11 years ago.
I know.
Do you know, if I had to start apologizing for the shit I said 11 years ago,
you would be a man in a marriage. Yeah, we understand.
Oh man, I wish I had the rim shot sound effect for that one.
To me, upon first reading this, it almost seemed like she was trying to make herself more relevant by getting some sort of stupid controversy started about her.
That's what I can't buy about her. She doesn't seem, okay, look, full disclosure, I don't know why, but that movie she was in with Tom Cruise where he keeps dying and they're looping over and over and over again. I can't remember, Edge of Eternity or Edge of Tomorrow or some shit like that. And it's like a science fiction movie and shit. And it was really nerdy and it checked all my boxes. I didn't think shit one way or the other of Emily Blunt until I saw her in that movie and I was like, yo, how you doing? You know, so I kind of pay attention to her and it's like she's married to the dude from The Office. Like they do their movies together, they have their family and they seem fairly normal. And for the most part, I don't know much about their politics.
Yeah.
So what does Chris...
They're conservative.
What's that mean?
Yep.
Or at least they're centrist. Mm-hmm. They're not progressives. They're not flaming fucking progressives because you have to fly that flag high if you are. That's part of your dogma. Your religious sex dogma is you have to fly that fucking rainbow flag. That's your progressive flag. That's your cross. That's your fucking whatever the fuck the Jews use and whatever the fuck the Muslims use. And what does Buddhists use? Buddha statues? I don't know. But that's... right. Dude, Have you ever thought about this? Why flags are so fucking important to the fucking alphabet, folks? Why does every sect have to have its own flag?
I don't know.
The only thing I can think of is they're clinging to that traditional culture of, you know, everything for it to have any legitimacy has to be represented by a flag, aka countries, aka this and that, blah, 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 blah. You see what I'm saying? Which is like, wow, for people who want to blow up the system and progress, that's really regressive of you. And you can't even fucking exist under one flag. You have to segregate yourselves into subcategories. No one's doing that but them. If you think I'm joking, look up I don't know, what would you call it? The spectrum of gender flags, sexuality flags. See if I'm joking. There's like fucking dozens and dozens of them.
Well, like everyone's a pirate?
That's fortunate. Well, this gives us legitimacy, like we're a country. What? Huh? What? It makes no sense. It's just the most arbitrary bullshit. And the only thing I can, if it's not some sort, and by the way, please take what I said about them clinging to traditions with a heavy dose of fucking sarcasm. But I mean, there was some truth in there. I think it's more just about it pisses the people I don't like off because the idiots on the other side are flying their fucking flags, their Trump flags. Saw a guy driving down the road had a goddamn Trump flag as big as his full-sized 45-year-old work van. I'm like, Jesus Christ, the pole that's holding up that flag to that van is doing all the work on that trip right there. Because that van was held together by a prayer and a hope. And I mean, like, why? Like, dude, this is madness. It's just madness to me. Rally around a fucking flag and it's a Trump flag or a fucking rainbow flag. Sorry, Jess, go ahead.
I've fallen down the rabbit hole of looking up all the different flags. There's a non-binary flag.
Demisexual, otherkin. I mean, and by the way, otherkin. It's Jesus Christ. You know what this shit is like, Chris? It's like fucking subgenres of metal, and it all starts with Black Sabbath. All this shit starts with, we want to have sex that's not vanilla missionary style. Okay, everything comes from this shit. Because, I mean, by the way, we also covered this. I'm now being told by people under 30 that sexuality is absolutely a choice. They've never been born that way. I'm choosing to be straight, so I'm choosing to be a bigot because I don't want to fuck men or trans men or women.
What happened to Born This Way?
Trans non-binary people.
What happened to Born This Way? You're contradicting your fucking narrative.
Every time I point that out, I go, and here's the deal. I want this answered, and then we can move on with the conversation. Who is lying? Them then or them now? Who is lying? Both cannot be factual. I will not allow people to try to debate me and hang their hat on both of that. You have, who's lying? And if it's younger than 30, the boomers selling their own out right down the river over generational shit. Tribalism, dude. That's what all this shit's built on.
Did you know there's a heterosexual pride flag?
Yeah, what is it?
Black and white.
A rocket going into a triangle?
Now we got to fight over that shit. Yeah. Oh, what is that? What is that? Is that some sort of meta commentary on the racial politics and socioeconomic politics of the inner city versus the suburbs? Whatever. Mm-hmm. God, I hate all these people. Just fuck who you want. Please, for the love of God, don't tell people about it unless they show an interest in who you're fucking. And believe me, I'm the motherfucker who will wander over and be like, wait a minute, you fucked some dude in the shit pussy you just picked up the other night? You got to tell me about this, bro. I'm that guy at work. I will listen to your story, and I will fucking share that story. I will make you a legend, but I want to hear it. Not everybody else does. And by the way, don't make it your whole personality. Just be excited you found someone who will let you fuck them in their shit pussy.
There are so many flags.
Like Patrice O'Neal said, where's my flag? I like to tie bitches up and piss on them. Where's my flag? Where's my fucking Pride Day for that?
Well, hold on. I might be coming to that one.
But he, by the way, remember, he died in 2011. And he said that in 2008. That's, oh, God, Jesus, no. I don't want to do that, man. In my head, I like my autistic ass did it automatically in my head, and I'm like, 2008 can't be that long ago. I just can't. Anyways, hi, welcome to my existential breakdown on the ChristopherMedia.net network.
Did you find the peeing on people flag yet, Jess?
No, not yet.
You sound disappointed.
I just
3 revelations that shocked us from Jess on this podcast so far. The poop hole is the loophole. We didn't land on the moon, and you sound disappointed you couldn't find people peeing on people flag.
Well, just because there's a flag for everything, I'm scrolling through. I'm like, wait, what's a Demi Void Pride flag? It tells descriptions. If y'all have questions, I can answer them. I don't. Why? Gender flux pride flag, gray sexual pride flag, but no pee. No, there's no R. Kelly flag. So.
Exactly. I am underrepresented in my community. That's what Patrice O'Neal would say right now. And believe me, Patrice O'Neal would march on whatever fucking headquarters was listed, and there'd be a camera there, and Opie and Anthony would still probably fucking be together on the radio if Patrice O'Neal's still alive. He held that show together for about a decade, man. Holy fuck. But yeah, that's how that was the whole point of what he was saying. This is absolute. Who gives a fuck about your fetish? It's not a fetish. It's a sexuality. No, the fuck it's not. Do you want to piss on a man or a woman? A man. There's your sexuality. Pissing on him's your kink. It's your fetish. How do you not understand that?
Sexuality is a spectrum, Rich.
Okay, so you want to piss on men, women, or somewhere in between.
How about
so
neither?
if you're a pan piss sexual, that means you just piss on anybody.
I want to pee in the toilet.
Well, if you're into naming your girlfriend toilet, I don't care. I've seen that Nine Inch Nails video.
I feel I teed that up for you.
I'm sending you something into the chat because I just got bold and Googled it and found answers.
Oh no! Do I want to click on this?
I mean, I don't really care. I'm traumatized. You have to be also.
A flat Urolagina pride flag on white. Vector illustration of flat Urolagnia. Pride flag on white. Okay, so what's Euro and Euro? The U in UROLAGNIA. The U is capitalized.
Piss play. That's what it is. It is the fetish of wanting to piss on someone. I found the flag.
You delivered the flag.
Thank you. New Facebook cover photo.
There you go, Rich.
Oh yeah. And here's the deal. I know exactly who's going to get this and who's not right now.
That too much.
I know exactly who's going to get this and who's not. Thank you. Jesus, God, this is great.
Oh.
Wow. Well, there you go. I'm done with the internet for tonight.
You're all interneted out?
I am interneted out.
That's the tap out of a pussy ass who didn't grow up with Rotten.com.
Listen, I don't you accuse me of not being traumatized by Rotten.com, okay?
Meatspin? Do you know Meatspin? What about lemonparty.org?
I only know Rotten.
You know like Baseline. Like, normie nasty shit. Oh, Christ.
There was this one website, I talk about it more than I should, because it was just like this wealth of information back when computers were massive and bulky, and I think it was still when you were asking Jeeves questions, or so I've heard. I'm obviously not old enough to remember that, but
okay. We're gonna play this string out in this kite, huh? We're just gonna keep letting it go up and up. Okay, all right, cool.
Anyway, it's gone now, and it was TOTSE.com. Totes, and
Goatsy?
TOTSE.
You sure it wasn't Goatsy?
No, I'm positive. Listen.
Okay. Fair enough.
I spent so much time on this website. It was literally just like a black background with white letters and no pictures or anything, just like anything you wanted to know. And one of the ones on there was the list of bad ideas, which of course is like what I'm going to read. And it's talking about like trying to eat enough nutmeg to make you trip and fucking just ridiculous things that for sure, like the website's gone. It's because this guy or girl or whoever ran this website has probably been taken away and locked up for the things written on how to build things that you should not be able to build and just crazy, ridiculous stuff. And us talking about Rotten.com made me remember that website. I think I read the whole thing and it took me like a year and a half. It was one of my favorite pastimes.
This is wild because I have no idea what site you're talking about, and it's almost to the point I want to like hit pause on the podcast and call my buddy he's been terminally online for 30 years and be like, what is it? Like, here's the name of this website. Have you heard of this? Because even through him, this isn't ringing any bells. What was it?
TOTSE.
And was it .com?
It was .com.
You're positive, 100% positive it was .com.
Yes.
The tote, personalized clothing subscription for rented fashion, or tote. Wait, what? No.
On them on the. Anyway, it was just a thing. I don't know, but I read a lot of it.
TOTAE.
TOTSE.
TOTSE. Okay. I think a chat room. Bad ideas, guns. Okay. This is like middle school edgy shit, like that you pass around in like middle school, right?
Yeah, I guess. Yes.
Well, were you in middle school?
I don't remember, honestly. I'm looking it up on the Wayback Machine, and
at TOTSE.info. So that's where I'm at.
This is .com.
Bad ideas, guns and weapons, irresponsible activities, fucking boom, locks and security, scams and ripoffs. It looks like this website looks like something designed in like the late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah, that's what it should look like. For sure.
Hold on. Let's see if I can grab it. Wait, see if this will send through the net.
Oh no, this is hold on. So maybe the one I'm pretty sure I found it on Wayback Machine. It's similar, but not the Cult of the Dead Cow. Anyway, it's similar, but it's not the same. Let me do a screen grab of mine, and I'll send it over to you because it's just ridiculous.
Oh no, it's got here. Hold on, I closed the shit out. I'm so I get why it's like, oh, this would have been like, oh yeah, I look back and this is Nostalgiaville for you, but like this is like, man, these sites were a dime a dozen at one point. Like you basically once you got off the first couple pages of a Yahoo search result, you could find shit like this real easy, like real easy.
Yeah, well,
He says your shit is basic.
I'm sure it was.
No, what I'm saying is that it's just like fucking, to me, it's like looking back at like porn GIFs and going, oh yeah, I remember those. But like this shit looks like something designed in like GeoCities or some shit.
All right, I sent you mine. And then like whenever you click on one of I just went to bad ideas because it's the one I was most familiar with. And it just like, that's how many of one. Yeah.
This backs up everything I'm saying. This is totally something that looks like from the late 90s, early 2000s.
Yes.
It's just for whatever reason, the color's a little bit different on my background and foreground stuff. And the menu on the side menu is different. But yeah,
it looks like
it's through the Wayback Machine. They're just showing you a snapshot from that period of time.
Right.
I got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
But now it's gone. Like I said, it got taken down. Anyway, that was totally just a total sidebar for absolutely no reason at all, except I was equally as traumatized on some of these things as I was, not equally, but it was my second runner-up to Rotten.com.
It seems like if you had a cell phone by the time you were 12, or got your first cell phone when you were 12, you pretty much have seen all the horrible shit that, like, the basic first level of the iceberg of horrible shit. You know what I'm saying? That the internet has to offer. Like, I've sat and heard, like, 15, 16-year-olds at work talking about Tub Girl and One Guy, One Jar. And if you know what these things are, they're not referring to them by those names. They're just describing what they saw, and they're like, "Yo, dude, it's fucking sick. Guy like shoves a glass jar up his ass, and it breaks, and he digs chunks of glass out, and his asshole's bleeding. And it's fucking, it's nasty, dude." Yeah, that's One Guy, One Jar. Oh, okay. You see these two chicks eat shit? It looks like ice cream. That's two chicks, one cup. Oh, okay.
Like, whatever. Get out of here. Can't shock me.
Man.
But yeah, I mean, that's kind of like...
It's like, I came up in this shit.
Yeah, you adopted it. I was born into this. But no, that's like I said, that's what kids are kind of used to at this point. So these type of sites, I understand why they're not around anymore. You really want to see some shocking shit? Go on like LiveLeak. Apparently that's where motherfuckers post like people getting shot and killed before, but you got to be like sitting there refreshing it, ready to click on something, because apparently they'll take it down or whatever. When I say LiveLeak, that's shorthand for a site like that.
Right.
I don't know about LiveLeak because I don't go on LiveLeak. Don't give a fuck. I know what people getting killed look like.
Yeah, no thanks. I don't want to see any of that. Remember, I was already traumatized from Rotten.com.
I mean, but I'm looking at some of this shit and I'm like, yeah, okay, a whole lot of shit starting to make sense. Fringe. You got dreams, auras, astral projection, flying saucers, free energy, fringe science, government UFO covered-ups, gravity, anti-gravity, life extension, MJ-12, the alien government conspiracy, Men in Black, Tesla. I'm like, yeah, one of those definitely sound like something that you probably read. Just saying. Just saying. I paid attention in school when it comes to the ABCs of you. I'm just saying.
She's familiar with the entire catalog.
Oh, no, I'm sure she has a nodding acquaintance with all of it. But there's one thing I'm sure that she was like, huh? I'll ask later. Because I don't know if it'd be calling you out. And I don't want to participate in call-out culture. Because that's what led to cancel culture. And that's all been appropriated from black culture in the first place. Because Whitey always got to fucking steal his shit. So, yeah, he's stealing everything.
And, okay, I've got to stop looking at it. The nostalgia's too much.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm having a hard time over here. It says how to rob a payphone. And that's just funny and dates it very much.
All right. So what else do we have?
Sorry.
No, it's okay. I'm sure somebody's like, yeah, I remember that. I remember I went to that website. I looked for 5 seconds, like, this is stupid. And then I left. Yeah.
I lived by it. I made it my goal to read all of it.
Well, see, that's just that weird shit that happens with kids where they get stuck on something. That was, for whatever, like your conduit into a wider world than had been fucking presented to you at that point. Would that be a fair way to describe that?
Yes.
Okay. See, that's perfectly normal. For other generations, it was television, the movie screen, books. So, don't feel silly. Feel silly for believing some of that shit still, but don't feel silly for looking at that shit when you were like...
It's a product of your generation.
Yeah, we had like In Search Of, where Leonard Nimoy, a.k.a. Spock from Star Trek, that show that you didn't watch, pay attention to, that like he used to narrate In Search Of, and it was like all this crazy, like what the Easter Island statues, what are they? Stonehenge, what is it? That was our version of that shit. Remember, Chris, the Face on Mars?
Yeah.
The commercials that was like those Time Life books, like Alien Life. Look as we delve into the
Who
face
built
on
the
Mars.
pyramids? Yeah.
Yeah, it was Ancient Aliens before Ancient Aliens was a thing. Yeah, it's basically what it was. And newsflash, that was Gen X's version. The baby boomers version was like Edgar Casey type shit. Like the late great Planet Earth and Chariots of the Gods and that type of shit. So we've all had that shit. Same shit's been being said for fucking nothing new under the sun, folks. Meet the new boss, same as the old boss. Sleep tight.
Yeah. All right. Moving far beyond that, I can't believe I found that on Wayback Machine, and I can't believe I've never thought to go on Wayback Machine to look at it before, because I have talked about that website so much.
You know what? See, that's what's stuck in your psyche. Me, I've used the Wayback Machine to be like, I cannot find this porn anywhere. Where the fuck? When do you guys think I saw that shit? What website would I have seen that on? Damn.
No, I just remember the nutmeg one was the one that stuck out to me.
Yes, the one about nutting. Yes, it sticks out in my head too. Yes.
Okay.
Come on, you can't tell me that wasn't a batting practice fucking softball right down the middle of the plate. Come on now. If I didn't put that in the stands, I'd be a fucking bad baseball player.
Oh my God. Shit. All right, we have a couple things we can pick from moving forward.
We're getting near the end. We got a fun one?
Let's find a fun one.
Funyuns give you cancer. Yeah. Hey. I'm going to die soon. I won't have to do this podcast anymore because I ate a lot of Funyuns when I was a kid.
Detroit News fires Charlie LaDuff.
You can't do that on a podcast based out of Detroit.
Yeah.
Oh, we have to edit that out. Like, I'd rather her just say she wants to kill a politician. Like, and leave that in. Like, how could you do that?
She's from Tennessee, everybody.
Like, born and raised not from Detroit. Here's all you need to know. Born and raised not in Detroit. That's all you need to know. Because no Detroiter would get that name wrong. I don't care if they're 80 or, well, maybe an 8-year-old these days. But,
no.
Sorry, go ahead.
Because he's been fired. We don't talk about fun things, y'all. America's trust in media plummets to historic low. America's never been wealthier and no one is happy. Like, we don't talk about anything fun. However, this fucking website, it's still pulled up. And How to Be a Peeping Tom is on here.
I've seen Back to the Future. Climb a tree with some binoculars. Yeah, we get it, George McFly. You know what I'm saying? Like,
y'all throw out something fun. What's something? Give me something. Open Google. That's never fun.
I have no. I don't know. I went to a fucking show this week, and it's the first time. Podcast for nobody. First time I've been to a fucking music show since I could sneak beers and get away with it. That I've been sober, like not drinking whatsoever. I don't think outside of shows that I'm on the bill, I've ever been to a show and not drank. And the last time I saw this band was 15 years ago. And all I could remember the next day was my wife at the time was like, do you remember that you told me to remind you of a band? I was like, yes, Pelican, look them up. Thank you. That's all I remember. And 15 years later, I'm like at their show and I'm like, oh, okay, checking them out. And I'm like, wow, this is nuts. I was literally brown out drunk, like in and out of being blacked out basically when I saw them. But I somehow still registered enough and remembered enough. And like I said, I've just followed them for 15 years and the most random band to be my first band to go to. And it was just like a nice little bookend. I don't know. I'm trying to end on a happy note, and I ain't going to go into my personal life beyond that shit. Like everybody knows I'm drunk on this podcast because I talk about I fucking drank like a goddamn terminally ill Irishman. All right? So I'll talk comfortably about that shit. You want to get deeper? You want to feel even good? This show is probably the closest thing I've ever had to a religious experience. I'm being straight up. And when I say I was high, like I hit my vape one time, ran back in because I didn't want to miss anything. My vape ain't that fucking strong. Believe me, my tolerance is higher. Believe that. If you don't believe anything else, my tolerance is higher than I can hit a vape once and not have a fucking out-of-body religious experience. And it wasn't out-of-body, but I think
it's funny you went outside. Like, just like fucking keep that shit.
Dude, at Smalls? Everybody can see you at Smalls, bro.
True.
We had one guy trying to blow up the fucking middle of while the band was playing, and one guy come over and he looked like he was probably worked at the venue and he was cool about it. And he was like, hey man, no more of that. Like he did the whole, no more of that. Like where you're not talking while Pelican are playing. That's the name of this band, by the way. They're very loud. But yeah, he gave him the, nah, man, you can't do that in here.
Wow.
I was like, I'm not even going to attempt it. I wasn't even going to attempt it because especially since it was a weed vape, man.
Well, I guess I don't have a license for that. When I do go to bars, I go to sports bars and dives. So I guess most of the bars I go to don't give a fuck what you vape and where you vape. Yeah,
it's a different story. Like I'm sure if I was okay, look, I don't mean to put Smalls business out there. I don't know their policy. I'm just saying Smalls is in an area where it seems like most bars wouldn't give a fuck if you vaped. As long as it wasn't like when they're hosting a show.
Overt.
Or yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like they were probably the same bars that for a year or two skirted the smoking ban in some form or another.
Oh, yeah. When it first happened, a lot of bars would just take a collection. Like, here you go. It would cost you so much to smoke because then they would just pay the fine or whatever.
But, yeah, just watching them play, and they're the type of music where they play and they write, and they are like, we're very comfortable with the fact that you're not going to hear us ever on the radio. And we're not everyone's cup of tea. And we're cool with that because they've had a 23-year long career. And I'm just like, I'm watching it and I'm just like, this is fucking awesome. I'm watching dudes who are doing this for nothing more than what I would want it. Like they're making a living playing music.
That's all I ever really wanted.
Yeah. And I mean, I've had some health issues that have really kind of put the kibosh on my fucking playing, and because of certain health issues, I can't play the guitar like I used to. But then I was thinking, why couldn't I play like, I don't know, a lap steel? I don't have to fret. You know what I'm saying? Like I started thinking about like, why couldn't I make music again? Dude, I don't get inspired like that. I just don't. But I was like, these dudes don't do this. Like at this point, they were playing a show that they didn't have to play. One of them, like this was originally supposed to happen in August. one of them got COVID really bad and was like fucking down for 2 weeks, and they had to cancel it. And because they're from Chicago, they swung out here to play this. Like, this was just pure, and because they're from Chicago, they have a pretty good relationship with the Detroit music scene because they've been playing around this area for, once again, going on 25 years.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's like, I don't know a better compliment to give a musician than I walked away from his show or their show or her show, whatever, however the fuck, and like wanting to find a way to fucking play myself again, to the point where I'm like, I can probably get one real cheap and figure out if it's going to work or not. So there you go. There's your fucking, hey, happy note. There you go. Like, Rich does more than just sit around, work, and then sit around and hate. I don't know you, and I hate you. Everything bad happens to you and you alone.
You went out and did stuff. You participated in the culture.
I will say this. If you know the Detroit area, there's a lot of construction over by Smalls right now in Hamtramck. And the parking situation was like, can I park on the street? Because everybody else is parked on the street, and I don't see any sign that says you can't park on the street at this between this time and this time. So I think we're going to be good from between like 6:30 to like, I was thinking like maybe 12:31. We were actually out of there at like 10:30, which was kind of nice for a Sunday.
Hamtramck reminds me of a borough in New York. So the answer is yes. Unless there's a sign that says you can't park on the street, you can park on the street.
So in the back of my mind, I was like, I really don't want to come out to a towed car, or like, just please don't tow it. Like, I'll eat the parking. Just don't tow the fucking thing. And that's what I was thinking I was going to come out to. So that was kind of in the back of my mind. But besides that, I don't even know how to describe it. Like, it was just, it was like, oh, okay. You don't have to fucking sit down and play music and be like, hey, look, everybody, look what I'm doing. Because that's what every douchebag I've ever been around who makes music does. And I hate them for it. See, like, I hate promoting my own music. Yeah. Chris knows this because he knows how much I promote this fucking podcast. Moving on. So, I mean, like, it's just, I'm sorry. I do what I do, and I'm good at enough to where I'm going to make up for it in other areas. This is an area I got to make up for it. But, like, I don't know. It was just like, you don't have to make music for that way. You don't have to do music for, sit down and play. You can just play for your own fucking enjoyment, and if no one hears it, who gives a fuck? Did you enjoy it? And, like, I lost that, dude. And
No, I hear you. I pick up a guitar and I feel nothing.
Yeah, I don't know. That's why I'm not picking up anything yet. I don't want the feeling to go away because I just started feeling like a connection with music. And wow. Hi, welcome to my fucking therapy session. A connection with music in the last, like, I don't know, a couple of years. Like, to where it wasn't just white noise. Definitely stopped listening to as many podcasts. Started listening to more music. And started listening to music that I would never have listened to before.
Trust me, I get it. I've been on the same journey, a lot more music. But at the same time, too, I had an opportunity to join a band with, like, musicians that I knew and respected and I knew were good, like, a couple of years ago. And I was like, no, can't do it. Like,
no, nothing like that at all. This would just be me picking something up and, like, I don't even know if I'd record it. Because I never really recorded. That was kind of my process on my journey. God, we sound like a bunch of millennials. Maybe we are, man. Maybe we are. Maybe millennials need to fucking colonize part of Gen X. I don't know. But part of my writing process, which I feel that's not a millennial statement. That's writing process goes back for decades now.
It's just a douchey artist thing.
Yeah. It's pretentious as hell if you don't write. So there you go. That's the best way to explain it. But if an idea couldn't survive long enough for me to remember it and set the guitar down, come back and pick it up and remember it, you know what I'm saying? Then it didn't.
Yeah, I was the same way. If I can't remember it, that's not good, and then it's not memorable.
Because I tried the recording everything I played, and I quickly found that, like, I have a good enough memory. And now I had proof of it to where I don't really need that. But other people around me were like, dude. And I'm like, you can't, dude, stop. You're getting obsessive about shit. Just one, like, right here. You mean when I slide my hand down the strings and it goes zing? Yeah, that little part. Yeah, can we, like, sample that and use it? Are you fucking serious? What do you think we are, Public Enemy? No, motherfucker. Like, yes, I had weird people around me. And that's another thing. It was like the musicians that were there, because there was a couple. We all knew who the fuck we were pretty much right off the bat. And it was like the guy I went with was a guy I met at work. And he plays guitar, but he's not like, he's never been in a band or anything. And he's like, wow, it's true. Like, you guys can kind of spot each other. I'm like, yeah, it's a little bit. You can tell who's really checking the gear out and who's just looking at the stage. Especially since the first band come out with Silverface Twins and fucking 76, what is it? Custom tellies with the humbuckers in the neck pickup position.
Ooh.
One of the guys had the semi-hollow with the F-hole on top.
Wow.
So, yeah, I was like, okay, that's nice gear. For a band, I'm like, wow, okay. I didn't think they even allowed you to carry a twin anymore, especially if one made in the 70s.
By the way, Jess, it all sounded like nonsense. I know everything he just said, and I know what it meant.
I assumed as much. Yeah.
You know, I'm sure to the non-guitar player, the F hole sounds kind of dirty.
The F hole and the G string and fingering A minor. Yeah, I mean, all those things taken out of context could really, especially the fingering A minor,
right?
That could get.
I feel like at this point, y'all are just trying to get this podcast pulled.
Fingering A minor is a thing when you play guitar.
Yes, and I'm sure I've never looked up how to finger the chord A minor on YouTube, but I'm sure that he's like, I'm having to say something different because obvious reasons. Here's the A minor chord shape. Here's how
to finger A minor.
You can't say. It's like when you're rolling dough in a pizza job and it's like, how tight are your balls? My balls are real tight. Like, you can't have that conversation where it's not going to sound wild when someone just walks in with no context whatsoever.
The tightest balls, son. Go in there and check them out.
Yes.
Hey, I'll take you in the walk-in. You can check out how tight my balls are.
Say they're real tight. Now that they're cold, they're firm too, man.
Okay.
Is this why so many musicians end up in pizza?
We should wrap it. It's podcasting for 2. We got to wrap it up.
Oh, fuck.
See, there you go. Right. We went out on something fun. So, find us on social media at GenExhaustedPod. ChristopherMedia.net has the PayPal button if you'd like to help us out. I got to figure out the Amazon situation because Christmas time is coming, and why not? Mariah is defrosting right now.
Motherfucker.
Enjoy the last 7 days of not hearing that song of this year. Yeah. And another point was brought up to me, and also last Christmas. This is the last 7 days of the year you will not hear Last Christmas until 2024. But Christmas rant aside, go to ChristopherMedia.net. Check out the other podcasts we have there too. And wherever you can rate and review us, please do, because it helps other people find us. Please and thank you. I appreciate you listening, and we'll catch you next time.
Later, guys.
See ya.
I wake up fine and dandy, but then by the time I find it handy to rip my heart apart and start planning my crash landing, I go up to the ceiling. Then I feel my soul start leaving like an old man's hair receding. I'm bleeding, so pleased on my knees repeatedly, asking why it's got to be like this. Is this living free? I don't want to be the one who lives the sun's blood on my hands out to the moon. Take this weapon, force in darkness. Some see a pen, I see a harpoon. I'll stay awake, 'cause the dark's not taking prisoners tonight. Why am I not scared in the morning? I don't hear those voices calling. I must have kicked them out. I must have kicked them out. I swear I heard demons yelling those crazy words they were spelling. They told me I was gone. They told me I clothes and disappear. The start of a day when we put on our face a mess that portrays that we don't need grace on the eve of a day that is bigger than us. But we open our eyes cause we're told that we must, and the trees of the arms and the culture that bleed desperately yelling it's something we need. I'm not free, I ask forgiveness 3 times the same amount that I not a 3-time MVP. This crime I'm afraid to tell you who I adore. Won't tell you who I'm singing towards metaphorically. I'm a whore and that's denial number 4. I'll stay awake, cause the dark's not taking prisoners tonight. Why am I not scared in the morning? I don't hear those voices calling. I must have kicked them out. I must have kicked them out. I swear I heard demons yelling those crazy words they were spelling. They told me I was gone. They told me I was gone. But I'll tell them why won't you let me go? Do I threaten all your plans? I'm insignificant. Please tell them you have no plans for me. I will set my soul on fire. What have I become? I'll tell them you have no plans for me. I will set my soul on fire. What have I become? I'll tell Please tell them you have no plans for me. I will set my soul on fire. What have I become? I'm sorry.
Ever wish you could make your Monday go a little bit smoother? Here's a pro tip. You can order online to dodge the line and kick off your week with free coffee Mondays. Every Monday in September and October, Dunkin' Rewards members can get a free medium hot or iced coffee with any purchase. And you get to earn points to spend on even more free Dunkin'. Not a member? Join Dunkin' Rewards on the app and get even more Dunkin' deals. Nothing beats Dunkin' Rewards. The New York Jets and the New York Giants run on Dunkin'. Limit 1 per member per Monday. Additional terms may apply. Exclusions may apply. Participation may vary. Limited time offer.
There is a power in you, just waiting to be tapped. A voice to be amplified. A vision to unlock. And the University of New Haven is ready to flip that switch. We are 9,000 makers, instigators, and doers. Here to make tomorrow happen. With market-ready programs to change your future. And a community of changemakers to take on the world. U New Haven. Power on.
Thank you for visiting ChristopherMedia.net.